Now let us start assembling the parts which we have created in the previous lecture. So we can use this as a reference. So this is a simple CAM assembly and this is the part list available. So everything has one quantity. This 1, 2, you can see what these names are from the PDF file. And so we can start with the support bottom. So you can double click and see to it that you're in the SimpleCam folder. Here I'm going to name my file as SimpleCam assembly. So the file should be saved before I bring in any components. So my bottom support, I'll right click and say insert into current design. So when I click that, that part is being brought here. Just take any default position that it shows. Okay. So I'm going to keep it in this position. So from my view cube, you can see this is my current home, but this position is not my desired position. I want it this way. So this position of the view cube I have taken, and this one I'm going to set as my home position. So here set current view as home, fit to view. So whenever now I click home, this will be my position. So in this position, you can see that I have ground option. So I'll ground this one. That is, this part will now not move and all the other parts will be assembled with respect to this part. Let's bring in the next component. Here we have got the assembly symbol. Because we have inserted a part, now I'm going to insert left support. So whatever position it is showing, I'll just move it so that does not interfere with the existing one. And I'm clicking J for joint. And this center point should exactly sit on this center point, but it should actually be rotated. So here I can give it as 270. Then click OK. Okay. Now let us go to wireframe and we can check if there are any interferences. No, everything looks fine. Now let's go and get our next component, that is the right support. This one also I'm going to assemble. So I'm going to select this portion and this portion, and again going to rotate this one to -90. Here I've given it in the dialog box this time. Then click OK. And next we have the cam rod, right? And before actually putting it, we can measure the dimensions. So I have inserted it. Then click OK. So this distance I'm going to measure. Go to inspect and measure this distance, which is actually 10 mm. So this is also 200 mm. So this circle should exactly be seated here, but it should have an offset. First of all, let us change the direction. I'm going to click on flip, should go the other way. And also it has to be offset by 10 mm, which I had just measured. Then click OK. Then you can save this file. Now we have the top support. If these were actually made physically, the assembly process would be different from that we are doing it now in the virtual case. So I have currently got the stop support, and this I'm going to assemble first. So I'm just saying capture position. So this one here, this is the place, and for everything I'm giving rigid joint, and this is in place now. Now we have a cam over here, so that we need to insert. So I'm right clicking and saying insert into current design. Then click OK. So I'm just clicking here, and I'm going to click at the center point of that cylinder. But let us see in this view that it has come around 5 mm offset, because we had taken the initial plane, but the middle plane will be at 5 mm. So I have given 5 mm offset. Next, we need to assemble the cam follower. Now let's bring in the cam follower. So I'm just clicking OK, and I'm going to drag it over here. So this portion I have to meet with this hole. So for that, I'm going to click J or select joint. Now I'm going to select this portion, and I'm going to select this hole. So here we have got it this way. Now I'm going to rotate it. Okay. Now we know that it is interfering, so it should actually be sliding over here. So I'm just taking any point. I've right now given it as 25, and then I'm clicking OK. So now this is actually a rigid joint, which in our next lecture we are going to animate. So we can see our whole cam assembly is now completed. Let's save this file and learn more things in our next lecture.